What'd you say again?
Why are you gonna get mad at me when I'm trying to take care of you, dog? I'm trying to make sure my homie lives into his late ages and can remember his children and grandchildren.
By taking the shit in my toilet?
DJ Badger coming at you live with Dad Influence.
I'm gonna pull a Badger impression right quick.
After a while, I kind of look at myself like, this is kind of pathetic.
Sometimes it's funny though.
Yeah. I'll talk about it.
Let's go ahead and talk about it then.
Welcome to Dad Influence. It's old Juju and Badger back at it again.
And
for you.
Badger's pissed off.
And Badger's low key pissed off. But I think I'm gonna save the best for last on that. We're gonna start out on something a little bit positive, because I like to get. I want you guys to leave this shit pissed off. I don't want you to leave this shit happy. I'm gonna start this shit with positivity, and we're gonna end with negativity.
No, we gotta end it on positivity, bro. We're gonna ruin people's fucking days, bro.
No, fuck that.
Bro, they most likely they're fucking in some poor.
You wanna start with the negativity?
No.
All right, let's start with the negativity. Fuck it, we'll start with the negativity.
Because I think we can transition better.
Yeah, that's true. Let's start with the negativity. Man, when I was a kid, I'm not even joking, dog. When I was a kid, though, for real, like, freedom of speech was a fucking given. And I don't mean freedom of speech like, I know you guys are fucking screaming through your fucking little speakers. Oh, it's a private company. Oh, it's a private company.
Sure.
Freedom of speech existed as a principle well before the First Amendment was ever written.
See.
Okay? First of all, realize that. When I'm saying freedom of speech, I'm not saying First Amendment. If I say First Amendment, I mean First Amendment.
Let me say something real quick. And I think I'm going to grab it in with this. If you're against freedom of speech, you're against Jesus, man. That's all Jesus is about, too, of his own speech. Because he was fucking censored. You know how censored he was? He got fucking tortured and put on the cross, bro.
You're gonna put me on a tangent, bro. Jesus was an agorist.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus was an agorist. He look, when Jesus was asked by the Pharisees, whether or not they should, people should pay taxes, right?
Yeah.
What did he say? He said, "Show me a coin." He said, "Show me a coin," because the motherfucker didn't have no money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why didn't he have any money? Because he wasn't part of that system.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he showed the coin, he said, "Whose face is it?" It's on the coin. They said Caesar's. And he said, "Well, give unto Caesar that which is Caesar's." He wasn't telling them pay taxes.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling them, he wasn't telling them to pay taxes so much as he was telling them basically like, leave that money system behind. He was basically telling y'all motherfuckers go to crypto.
No, but here's the fucking thing.
But back to freedom of speech.
But no, here's the fucking thing, man.
What?
Like I said, they didn't want the motherfucker speaking that shit, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, that's why they killed him.
You know what I mean?
That's why they killed him.
And, we ain't hanging niggas on crosses and shit. Should I be dropping the N-word right now?
Cancel.
I'm black, so it's cool. But,
far as you know.
You go first, and I'll say my piece.
All right, bro. Like, let me just say, like, freedom of speech, to me, was always a given. And it wasn't something I thought that I would ever have to argue. Like, I understand why, like, people could be on the other side of that. Like, this freedom of speech, man, like, to me, this is, like, it's always been a non-negotiable. And I don't mean from the, like, when the internet first was born, right? Like, everyone was proud of being like, we're all about freedom of speech. This internet's going to be awesome because it's going to be freedom of speech. And it's like, and nobody can really stop it. And it's really awesome because even if they ban your account, you can just make another one. and they can't stop us for saying stuff. I remember that was like one of the things that was championed
But
about the
but
internet
how,
when the internet came
you
out.
know who ruined it? The fucking normies, man.
No, you know what ruined it?
The
You know
normies,
what,
bro.
bro? I'm gonna get us canceled today.
The fucking normies, bro.
I'm gonna get us canceled today, bro. You ready for this?
What?
Our school systems are built in such a way. I'm gonna go through this really quick.
Please do, because I need to talk about it.
Our school systems are built in such a way to where they teach you what you need to know rather than how you need to learn. And if they teach you how, if they taught you how to learn, then you would learn differently than everyone else, right? It's the same reason why if I say mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, you know exactly those words in exactly that order, and you couldn't tell me a damn thing else about mitochondria without pulling out Google. That's the reason why. It's because you're indoctrinated. You're reading Bible verses, basically.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Like they when they teach you what to know, it makes it a lot easier because you just accept whatever you're taught first, right? Or whatever makes a bigger impression, whatever you hear a lot, right? So they start to use that to be the media, right? So they had a stranglehold on the media, and they have you taught that way, so they could control to a large extent how the mob moved, right? Yeah. And then once the internet came out, that whole control disappeared. Now any intelligent person can do that same thing. That's what QAnon is. Now anybody can be CNN. Now anybody can be Alex Jones leading mobs. The thing about it is if you really wanted to avoid the problem, you would teach these people how to learn. But the problem is if you teach them how to learn, then they might not follow you. And that is the reason why they want to crack down on the internet. That is the reason why they want to crack down on Facebook and Spotify and all these people talking. To be 100% real, it's because they can't lose the ease at which they can control how the population reacts.
Yeah. Okay. You done with your point?
I'm done with my point.
Okay. This all started because of a word. All right? The magical N word, right? And it was said by a person with paler skin.
No.
From what I heard.
Let me make this very clear real quick.
Mm-hmm.
None of this has a damn thing to do with the N word. None of this has a damn thing to do with the Planet of the Egg. He made these fucking comments and these types of jokes in fucking 90s. And nobody gave a fucking fuck. Because they knew he was fucking joking.
See, Badger, if you fucking waited, we would have got there. Don't you start whitewashing.
It's about the fucking... It's about the fucking vaccine shit, dog.
We're getting there, bro.
They couldn't cancel them with the vaccine shit, so now they're playing the race card.
We get it, bro. Yeah. We were getting there.
I'm mad, dude. I'm sorry.
We were getting there, man.
I'm angry.
Yeah, but you don't have to whitewash my fucking words, man.
Honey Badger don't care.
That hurt me, man.
I'm just kidding.
Because now I gotta figure out how I'm
gonna get there now. Go off.
No, man. It's
snap.
If you want, people need to understand that if we come together and we find out that something is not acceptable anymore, what we do is we allow the motherfuckers who say it, and we don't involve them. Right? Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences at all. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so for freedom of speech. I say, if you want to say, I want to commit a terrorist attack on fucking Twitter, you should say it. Because your consequences will be equal. Like, you know what I mean?
Now, I don't think I think you kind of mistake. I don't actually think there should be consequences for speech
Why not?
outside of maybe people not wanting to listen to you. Like it's kind of like it's like what does it cost?
No, I'm talking about as a whole though, bro. Like
Look.
if we like, I'm saying like some shit needs to be fucking like I still believe there should be consequences to some action, some words said. You know what I mean? Like
The only
it's
ones
like
that
you don't want your kid. It's like a
well
kid.
that the only thing that's ever been, like I said, the only thing that's ever been in precedent, and the only thing that I actually agree with to an extent is a threat. Because I would say a threat
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
is assault.
Yeah.
So like that would be the only thing, a direct threat of some sort would be the only thing that I could see.
But
as
everything else in shit is like you either listen to them or watch them or don't. You know what I mean?
But I mean, Trudeau
Like-
just threatened his fucking people.
You know what?
You didn't see this shit?
No.
He's basically like, all options are on the table. You might want to get your kids out.
Okay, yeah,
That's fucking creepy.
yes. Yeah, we need. Yeah, he needs to be washed.
Dude,
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
fucking creepy.
Yes.
That sounds like Tiananmen Square about to go down in Canada.
Oh boy. I hope not.
I really do too. Like that's not good. Like I hope that they really, what I want to happen is I want fucking Canada just back the fuck down, dude. Like you lost. Take your L. You lost, dude. They won.
Yeah. Like it's stupid. Like, bro, I did not believe they were Canadian super Nazis. Did I ever tell you about Canadian super Nazis and shit? Yeah, I started I started watching a lot of shit about Canadian super Nazis and shit, and their debates. They're real fucking things, man. And the people who do the fucking protests right now, the truck drivers, are Canadian super Nazis.
No, they're not.
Huh? Yeah, they are.
No, they're
I
not.
swear they are.
I'm telling you, they're not.
They're
I've
Canadian
followed a
super-Nazis, aren't
lot
they?
of fucking coverage of it. There's not like hella white
Okay.
supremacists up there.
Okay, there was one Canadian super Nazi.
There might
Yeah, I
be
know.
one that's up there. I'm sure.
No, but for real, they were.
But are they all Canadian super Nazis?
I didn't know there was. I didn't know there was I didn't know there was like one at least. I swear, bro. No, you guys need to go look up Canadian super Nazis, bro. They all sound like the balls haven't dropped, and they speak, and they all just want an ethno state, and like they don't understand why people call them racist when they say the Jews taking over everything. And the black should have their own ethno states away from us. You gotta look into it. But back on topic.
And basically, to me, they just sound like separatists rather than supremacists. Do they think that they're supreme?
Yes.
Okay, then never mind. No, I was just curious.
But they don't think,
because you don't see a whole lot of white separatists that aren't white supremacists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there are some black separatists that aren't black supremacists.
Yes.
They're not common either, but there are a couple.
Yeah. I mean, same time, not every racist has a Confederate flag, but I mean, I said that wrong. You're not racist per se for having the Confederate flag, but every racist we know has a Confederate flag.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people who they just liked it because to be real, what a lot of these people that are like mad about the Confederate flag, and what me and you know from being from the South,
yeah,
that like a lot of people just like it because they think it looks cool. It's just like America thing.
Well, a lot of black.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of black folks down here in the South.
A lot of rappers from the South have
right. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of black folks in the South that fly it and have the same Confederate flag fucking
where it should be flown, where it should be flown on our government properties.
Right.
That's a good question to ask.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of that.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. But I am saying that like there is a large portion of people that like they have that shit not because they're racist, but because they think it looks cool.
Yeah.
I never was into it, but like it's one of those things that like the same guy that's gonna have like the guy that has a fish hook on his hat, right?
Yeah.
He's got a Confederate flag shirt somewhere. Like maybe not the whole shirt being, but it's got a Confederate flag on it.
Or
Whether he's fucking an Asian, Southerner, a black Southerner, anyway, they got a fish hook on the hat. They got a Confederate flag.
or
somewhere.
they have a model of the General Lee.
Yes.
Yes. Even though I do like the General Lee car.
You can't not like the General Lee, dude. It's a 69 Charger.
Bro, yes, I always wanted one.
Me too.
Maybe not orange.
Yes. I want
Yeah.
one orange with the damn General Lee on the top.
Oh my god.
With a disclaimer that says, hey, not racist, just accurate.
But you know what, man? This brings it back to the topic, man. You should be free to do that. I mean, you really should.
But no, I mean, like, it's just that's the thing for me is like I never understood racism in general.
Yeah.
Like, to me, like I grew up, I was always friends with whoever would be cool with me.
I was a
You know what I
lonely
mean?
motherfucker in the weeboo, so you know.
Yeah, and I was always like, I don't know, man. I just,
If you're cool, you're cool.
yeah, like I didn't ever get it. Like I ran into kids that were like that too, and I was like, okay, fucking idiot, and kept moving. Like, but like, yeah, I never got that shit.
Well, some people they feel like it's like really deep rooted. You know what I mean? And you're fed it as a kid a lot. You know what I mean? And you kind of see it sometimes, from time to time. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying that's it, but it gets down to where it's like you have to be a certain type of well, for my case, a certain type of black to be around other black. That makes sense? Or to be actually black. You know what I mean?
See that there is
So
is the craziest part about it.
But
Is
no,
like,
hold up.
and it's not just a black thing.
Yeah.
People think it's just a black thing. They talk about, they call it colorism.
Yeah.
Where it's like the dark skin and the light
Mhm.
skin, and then you know what I mean, all of that, a white passing, and all this crazy shit,
Yeah.
right? But the thing is in white people we call that German, Irish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they all got treated differently. They all got like. But the thing is it's
Bro,
all.
It's like in Japan right now. They have a big problem with Koreans. It's like Koreans in Japan are basically black people, basically. And I'm like, not to be racist, but you know, how can you fucking tell? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can tell.
Huh?
You can tell. Koreans have like rounder eyes. Like it's not that the squint is the way that their eyes squint is a lot different. Like we're gonna get canceled, but I mean, like for real, like I'm dead serious. Like the eye shape is completely different.
No, but
with Koreans.
Badge, you get my point though.
What?
We really bitching over eye shape.
Right. No, I mean I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but like that's the thing.
Point,
but they're all related to be real because they all got fucked by a Genghis Khan at one point.
And you know they hate that nigga too somehow.
Right. So they all got fucked by Genghis Khan at one point. But like
Africans hating American black people for being too privileged.
Yeah.
Like
it's true.
It's fucking everywhere, bro. And like
but that's kind of my point is like, you know, like Nigerian immigrants really don't like American blacks.
Yeah.
Generally, I've noticed that.
Mm-hmm. Because you know what? Because you know what really is sometimes. Well, what it really, really is, not most of the time. It's just a class thing. Because let's be
And that's
real.
exactly what it is.
Let's be
man.
fucking real, man. If I get $1 million right now and shit, I'll still have more privilege than you.
And that's kind of my point. That's what I've always said to everybody is like, you know, the most important privilege for anybody to be focused on has nothing to do with race, has nothing to do with your gender, it's money, bro.
But you know what they
It's
did?
money.
But you know what
Green
they did,
privilege
though?
is the most important privilege
But
there
you know,
is.
but you know what they did though, bro? These niggas got so fucking good at this shit. They just got the poor people to fight each other.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. That's what this whole censorship and all of this shit is about.
Because think about it, bro.
The thing is that's what it's all about. Look, think about it though, dude. Joe Rogan has Ben Shapiro on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know Alex Jones on, and then turns around and has somebody like Andrew Yang and Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard. You see what I'm saying? Then turns around and has somebody like Dave Smith on there. Then turns around and has like, you know, Dave Smith. Like this man is showing
Snoop Dogg,
Wiz Khalifa,
Miley Cyrus,
dude, that was actually a really good podcast.
Kanye West,
yeah, with Miley Cyrus,
Kanye West.
But the point of the matter is like the point I'm making is he's making a very big point to show that you can get along with all of these people
in some type of way. You know what I mean?
And that's and I think that's what's kind of scaring. Like a lot of people love to hate Ben Shapiro if they disagree with Ben Shapiro. Yeah. And that shows his humanity in that interview. Just like the same with like a Jordan Peterson. Yeah. You know what I mean? They love to hate him because they disagree with him. When you see their humanity, when you see a discussion, it makes it really hard to keep the polarity so hot.
And like, but for me, like, for the past few years, me, Benny Boy, and JP, man, they have some fucking problems. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they still have valid points. You know what I mean? I've seen Jordan Peterson go from a depressive state to feeling better and shit. You know what I mean? And I can relate that as a man. You know what I mean? I've been down. I don't know how far he was and shit, but I've been down in the dumps and shit.
Oh yeah, man. He went through
it. I've been.
I had to put him in a medically induced coma and everything.
Like, hell,
if I remember right, don't quote me on that one.
I've related to just about, just like I don't know, like I was relating to Robert Downey Jr. with my love of Wing Chun, like him and shit. I love Wing Chun. It's fucking awesome. And hell, Joe Rogan, Taekwondo and shit. It's like I see them as still people and shit. And you know what every fucking person has, and they don't want to admit it. We all have bad opinions.
You know what? I was kind of low key. Like I was listening to. I'm gonna give a shout out. Fuck it. I was listening to Part of the Problem. Mm-hmm. You know that's my fucking shit, bro. I listened to it. I was listening to it this morning on the way to work, and like low key, dude, I had a little tear in my eye, and I'm not even kidding because he was talking about being on Joe Rogan, right? And like I had literally listened to this same episode 3 weeks prior, right? Mm-hmm. And like Joe Rogan, they're talking, and he's talking about like being on, going on all these different cable news things, and like he kept talking about Yemen, right? And like they would tell him, "Hey, okay, you can pick your topic," and he'd be like, "Okay, I want to talk about Yemen," and then okay, you can pick your topic. Okay, I want to talk about Yemen. And he just kept doing that until they were like, finally, like, dude, you have to talk about something else. And then he was like, well, let's talk about Afghanistan. And they were like, okay, we're going to kick you off. So it's basically what happened, right? And he was just like, and then Joe Rogan was like, well, is there anything now that makes you feel like that? And he's just like, fuck Yemen. And then went on a thing about Yemen, you know what I mean? And it was, and the thing was like, I'm listening to the Part of the Problem this morning, and he's talking about it, and like, he's like, dude, the dude put up a clip of him talking about Yemen. So he gave him the platform to talk about it, knowing how much he cared. Cut that piece out and put a clip up on YouTube to make sure it reached more people. Knowing how important that was to him to make sure he got that word out about that issue that was that important to him. You know what I mean? Like,
being real, bro.
that is what this is all about. You know what I mean? Like, the thing about it is you don't have to agree with Dave Smith. But what he thinks is important. Because what he thinks is what a lot of other people think. That's why they listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing with, like, a lot of these other guys. It's like, what these people think is important to hear because that's what they think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want the racists kicked off of this stuff.
No.
Like, because I want to know what they think. Now, I don't think they should get paid or have all this, you know, because if you get paid per view, right, and you're a racist, and you don't get a shitload of views because there ain't a whole lot of racists, then what's going to happen to you? You see what I'm saying? You're either going to get bored and stop, or we're going to just keep knowing what the racists are saying from you.
That's what happened to I seen it on YouTube actually. Of Hunter Avalon or some shit. Right? You ever heard of him? He was a big conservative kid, man. Like, he was doing this shit since he was like 17, I think, or some shit, right? Straight hardcore conservative. Out of nowhere in like 2020, 2019 or some shit, staunch libertarian.
Really?
Libertarian socialist. Staunch. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's because he listened out to his people, you know what I mean? To the people he was debating and to the people he was listening to and shit. And, you know, over time, he was just like, I get it. I'll believe that more, you know what I mean? Like, you gonna get
what Dave Smith said. I mean, I kind of actually agree with you. And he was like, other camps have other things. He's like, but to be real, only libertarians understand economics. And he was like, that's just really all it is. He's like, if you ever get into a talk with anybody, he's like, they don't understand it at all. Like, they don't understand fundamental principles of economics. They don't understand it at all. He's like, now, I'm not saying that all libertarians understand economics, but I'm saying if you understand economics, you're a libertarian. You know, it's like,
I listen to a libertarian socialist from time to time.
Yeah,
and a libertarian fuck it, I forgot.
Lip socks aren't bad.
Yeah.
I got a friend of mine that's a big lip sock, and they're not bad. I'm not entirely opposed to libertopia. I consider myself a center libertarian. Because I just kind of believe, I don't believe there's any greater value to a group or an individual.
Yeah.
I believe that, you know, they should both be held accountable the same way.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're in a group or an individual, you should have the same rights.
Like, for me and shit, I believe if it's an oppressed group. Like, this, you know what you want to talk about real quick?
What?
A fucking thing I hate hearing? Systematic racism. You know why? Because when you just talk about racism, you don't talk about the other oppressions that happen in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got like
8 to 2 minutes.
We can start another one.
Systematic oppression, right?
You mean systemic?
Yes, systemic oppression.
Yeah, I'm just correcting you because I don't want you to say it like 19 times wrong.
Yeah, I know. I felt stupid for a second.
I got your back, bro.
But no, man. You know what's crazy? How we got two oppressed groups fighting each other. You know what I mean? Over small shit.
Now let me make a big point while we're segueing into this point to make sure, like, we got a little disclaimer here.
Yeah.
Of course, there's racist motherfuckers out there.
No
don't
shit.
really give a fuck about nothing. I don't care how much money you have. I'm just saying that, racism don't seem to touch people who have money quite much like it does the people who don't.
Yeah.
And I will say that a lot of the same troubles and hardships that are faced are also faced by people who are poor. Now that's kind of my point to say that if you actually look at the situation, and it's a real deep situation that goes back many years,
Yeah.
but truthfully, it's been really a class issue for the last 3 or 4 decades.
Think about it like
Now,
this. Think
this
about it
is-
like this. Every law that has been made and shit to oppress a minority and shit has always came back to
All
grab
poor
them.
whites, too.
Yes.
Well,
Every
that's what
fucking
you got to
time.
realize. Look, think about it this way. You had Jim Crow and the civil rights, and you had all that, right?
Mhm.
So at that point, it made it illegal to attack black folks and other minorities through the law specifically,
Yeah.
right? So the way that they did it was they were like, well, all these guys just basically got out of slavery, just got out of all this other shit that we were doing to them.
Mhm.
So they're not really wealthy. There wasn't a whole lot of wealthy black people.
Yeah.
And so the best way that they could attack them was through class. And the thing about it was they didn't really like the poor whites anyway, also. And there was a lot of class warfare before that against the poor whites.
Mhm.
So it was really a double down. So it was like kind of a 2 birds, 1 stone. They were like, hey, we got this new thing. Why didn't we do this from the beginning? So it really didn't, it didn't help anything because none of the problems really got solved.
I'm gonna say something very controversial. You ready? 'Cause I think everything's gonna shut off when I say this. White people didn't use Africans as slaves out of racism. They did it out of convenience. They would have got slaves either way.
What do you mean by that? You mean like we
If-
would have
if it-
probably
if it
enslaved
wasn't-
like the Native Americans or something like that? We
Or
would have
just,
found someone somewhere else and used them.
Yeah. And you know
It's
who
just
else?
That's
You know
who
who
we had, and
You
that's
know
what
who
was
else
cheap.
was that? You know who else was the who else? Poor white people. That's our Irish are slaves too, bro.
That's true.
That's why a lot of
And there is a lot of evidence to suggest
So-
that they were treated a lot better, though, and a lot of the reason
No,
being
but,
because they kind of see, and I got to give this to like this is a big point that a lot of it's kind of funny how we're arguing this on the opposite direction than what we probably should be.
No.
But no, like what was done to the Africans was insane. Like
Yes.
the chattel slavery was crazy. Like they were crowded together like cattle on a boat and then
But-
brought over here and bred like cattle.
But like I said,
You know what I mean? Like it was a
doesn't
whole
make-
other thing. Like with white
no, we
folks, they were able to
understand that.
do like their own thing.
But
you know what I
we
mean?
understand that. It's just either way, slaves have still been here, bro. Bless you. I say this, it's like it's always been that way. It's always been the poor always has to be down there. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
Because
the
they always got the poor to fight the poor. You know what I mean? This is ancient shit though. You know what I mean? It just continues every fucking.
It really is. Like you
Civilization
gotta.
and shit.
That's kind of the point I'm kind of making. Is like Jussie Smollett didn't get a lick of trouble because Jussie Smollett has money. Anybody else were to do the same damn thing, they'd be in jail right now.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby is free.
He spent like what, a couple years, bro. Look,
You
the
know what I
goddamn
mean?
thing.
And it's all because he has money. If he didn't have money, he would still be in jail. There's no
Yeah.
way in fucking hell. if he
Especially
had-
not making a new fucking show.
He's making another show.
Yeah,
You get my point, guys.
that's what money gets you, and motherfuckers are gonna watch it still.
Motherfuckers are still gonna watch it.
I mean, money is just the way they get more money is just getting us to do their shit, bro. Like,
Well, I mean, wealth distributes varietally. That's another thing that a lot of people don't understand either. Is like there is a kind of a natural law to wealth distributing varietally. Like it's like a bell curve.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like everybody at it, but it's like sideways. And
Yeah.
everybody gets, that's the way the wealth works.
Yeah.
Most of the people are in the middle. And then, like, there's the people that are poor and then the people that are rich.
No, I'm just saying, man. It's like, should we just...
Or
I'm
to
just saying,
you, actually.
No, I'm just saying, though.
That's what it is.
But the thing is we see it hasn't worked this fucking long, and we still fighting each other, bro.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
The parietal distribution,
Mm-hmm.
it applies to the cars distribution in a parking lot.
Yeah.
How atoms are distributed across a molecule.
Yeah.
How stars are distributed in the solar system.
Yeah.
Like the parietal distribution is a natural law.
Yeah.
And like it's interesting. Like it's basically the 80-20 rule. It's saying that like 20% is going to have 80%. And 80% is going to do. So it's like the top 20% is going to have 80% of the wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the bottom 80% or the bottom 20% is going to do 80% of the work.
Yeah, and that's fucking...
That's the parietal distribution.
But that's fucking fine and shit. But the problem is...
But like it's the same as like your clothes. You wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. You listen to 20% of your music favorites 80% of the time.
Yeah.
You listen to, you know what I mean? Like it's all of that shit. Like
yeah, but not everyone's wanting to get fucking rich, bro. Everyone just wants to, be chill and go out through their fucking day. It's like, that's the thing. And like, if we have to fucking be skittish around everyone we're around and shit, that's a fucking problem. Like, even like,
but the thing is, that's exactly the point, though. Is they want to keep it like the thing is that the race war and all of that kind of shit is to keep us, and the race war, the culture war, all of that shit is to keep us fighting with each other and not with them.
Yes, and like,
you know what I mean. And that's kind of the point that I've made to everybody.
It's gonna happen no matter what poor fucking variety of poor you have there, bro. You know what I mean? They're gonna find a fucking way, and there has to be a point where we're gonna have to say, like, okay, fucking no. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's like, when a black guy from the hood realizes that he has more in common with that redneck in Texas than he does with Barack Obama. It's gonna be over.
Barack Obama, that white dude, right?
But you get my point, though. Like when a guy from Southside Chicago realizes that he has more in common with that white dude in Oklahoma than he does with some random politician in Washington D.C., it's really going to be over for him. But the thing is we're not going to realize that as long as we stay at each other's throats. Yeah. And a guy like Joe Rogan keeps people away from each other's throats. Yeah, and that's the reason why they're going after him with literally hit jobs. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
But it's fucking crazy, though? They're using us as ammo, bro. That's fucked up, man.
Using who?
Us. Well, not us. I say us as people. You know what I mean? Us as a country.
Oh, yeah. Like,
we are non-millies, man. We just non-millies to them, bro.
Freedom of speech is most important out of all the principles, man. Like, if you don't have if you're not free to say what you think, you're not free at all.
You got a crying baby, man.
Look. I'm gonna do a quick on this. We're gonna go into Popper's Prince paradox and why I think it's completely bullshit.
All right.
Probably on the next episode. I don't want to go into it right now, but let's just say I think it's bullshit. Okay? We should, if someone is saying something that is moronic, then people will stop listening to them. If you're on YouTube and you're saying something stupid, then people stop listening to you. And if you say something great, then people are listening to you.
Yeah.
The reason why people are listening to Joe Rogan is because Joe Rogan is honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that simple. Like, Joe Rogan may not always be right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Dave Smith. He might
Yeah.
not always be right. There's a lot of times where I'm like, dude, I don't think you're right on this.
I think you're an idiot.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of times where I'm like, oh no, dude. Oh no.
Yeah.
All the time, dude. All the time. It is not uncommon for me to think that while listening to them. But I know they're telling me the truth. It's the same reason why I listen to the Breaking Points of Crystal and Sager,
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Kalinske. These people like Glenn Greenwald.
Yeah.
These people, I don't agree with them politically in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. But they're telling me some real shit though.
But they're telling me the truth.
Bro, Kyle Kalinske. I hope he gives us a shout out.
For real.
I honestly would like to go on Kyle Kalinski's show.
I will go on Kyle Kalinski's show in a heartbeat.
Because, bro, he doesn't know how long he's been doing it. I think I started watching him in like 11th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even really, he didn't catch my radar until after listening to him on Joe Rogan and on Crystal and Sager.
Yeah.
But like, to be real, like, that's the reason why I like Crystal and Sager. Like, they're statists. Like, it's a Republican and a Democrat.
Yeah.
Like, but they actually are telling me the fucking truth. They're not going to sit here and cover for their teams. You know what I mean? They're just
Yeah.
going to be like, look, this is what I think. And I think they're right. I think they're wrong.
Yeah.
I don't care what my team says I'm supposed to think.
Yeah. Yeah. I just...
And it's more like listening to them talk about the news would be like listening to like a buddy of mine that was a Democrat or a buddy of mine that's a Republican talk about the news.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just parroting out bullshit. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think those people are the future of news.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so adamant that like we have to stay this course. We cannot create a market incentive for them to censor us. That is fucking insane.
Yes. It's like that whole... ever heard of Jubilee and shit? Well, they do this whole fucking thing where they get like either like a meat eater or a vegan or a fat shaming, a fat pride motherfucking and shit, and a fit person. You know what I mean? They get like these people who like butt heads with their fucking opinions and shit, right? And they did one on censorship. And they literally said the same shit and they didn't realize it. They said, well, I feel like my sides get censored more. You get what I mean? And like they don't see the thing is like both y'all fucking getting censored in some type of fucking way.
It's an apparatus that hurts us all. And that's kind of the thing I've said is like, you know, I've seen it as a libertarian. I've seen communists run into it. You know, they had a large issue with that for a long time. The communists could not get on any kind of publication. They couldn't get on the damn fucking TV. They couldn't get their message out to anybody except for through books that people would have to happen to pick up in the library. But they couldn't even advertise that existed.
And I'm going to say this. Too much my black ass knows. If you are for that for black people, you need to be for that for everyone. Because your goal is not just to crawl our people out. You know what I mean? It's to make sure no one goes back in the fucking hole. Because we've seen how destructive that is. We've seen how damaging that is. And like just about every fucking way of American life. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
And if you're shit, baby crying. And if you're against that shit, you're part of the fucking problem.
And that's why that's the part where I kind of low key like Whoopi was wrong in the whole where she was like it wasn't about race.
Oh, that shit.
That part was wrong. But the part where she said it's about man's inhumanity to man, that actually was right. That's 100% right. And the thing about it is that's kind of the thing I've said with race and stuff like that. Like, you want to know the critical rate or all that. You want to know what I think we should teach?
Yeah.
We should teach slavery was wrong, not because it was done to black people, but because it was done to people. The Holocaust was wrong, not because it was done to Jews, but because it was done to people.
And like I seen a lot.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing I've said before. Is like,
and
that's how I always interpreted it when I read it.
Yeah.
Personally.
And like a lot of critical people who preach that shit a lot, critical race theory, they believe the same shit. It's just a lot of people twist the shit real quick. You know what I mean? They twist it in their own way, how they want it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because when I heard critical race theory, I'm like, it makes sense. You know what I mean? You teach the history of how these people got into the situations they was every way you can. You know what I mean? And don't leave any fucking neck grit out of it, right? But at the end of the day, it's because we need to learn this is what happened when people was given too much power, and this is how they abused it. You know what I mean? We live like hell. You can say it like this. Let's say it like this. How did we vote for a black man, quote unquote, to kill more poor brown people? I'm just saying.
Thank you, Stephanie.
I'm mad we had to stop that because it said some real good deep shit.
What was it?
Bro, I said this. I was like, what do I say? if you're a black person and you seen it, you heard the stories from your family, you seen it in your history and your culture and shit, and if you want someone else to go in that position, you're part of the problem too. Your goal is not just to get yourself out of it. It's also so no one goes back in there. You know what I mean? We seen how destructive it is, and you seen what happens when you piss people off too fucking far. I mean, you don't want it anymore. Like we need to start as a people to move past this shit. We too old for this shit now. Like for real.
And that's kind of my point is like this experiment may not be that old, but I kind of think it's working a lot better than people think it is.
Yeah.
Like,
but I'm talking about socially, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about like, you know, intermixing all these different, you know, races, religions, things like that. Like, it works better than people want to admit it does. Yeah. We focus a lot on the negatives, and it's
oh shit, we still recording.
We wanted to edit that.
Huh?
Going to edit that.
Oof. All right.
Yeah, it probably started recording as soon as it powered back on.
Yeah. But what were we saying?
Getting back to what were we saying? We're going to edit a lot out.
Yeah. No, fuck, keep it short. Stop being a dick.
Yeah,
and also, Learn how to block and walk the fuck away.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm saying is like, why do we got to kick people off of Facebook or Twitter? It's like, if you don't like what that motherfucker's saying, just block them.
Just leave. Like,
yeah, there's like
you may
there's
never-
people I can't fucking engage with on Facebook, and what do? I just don't engage with those people. Like, I can't handle their shit, so I just don't even do it anymore.
I worked with a black separatist before, right? Bro, I just had to learn just to go about my fucking day and work. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, all I know is, you know, he was an idiot. Well, black supremacist, I should say. I get those mixed up sometimes.
Because the separatists are basically the separate but equal types, where they think that everybody's equal. They just think that everybody should be separated because that's what causes all the fights, is that we can't get along together. That's a separatist. But a supremacist thinks that like you're, there's a better race, and that's the reason.
That was him. That was him.
They think that their race is better, or that there is a better race. I would say that theoretically, I guess you could be a white supremacist without being white, because you could think that whites were superior and not be white.
I mean, there's white people like
I would say theoretically. Yeah, I would say theoretically that's possible.
And culture were like that with Asians and math.
Huh?
We were like that with Asians with math and martial arts. So,
I think you see. That's one of those where I go back to my whole thing is don't confuse cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation.
Yeah.
Because like when with a lot of that Asian culture, that's straight up appreciation.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like, we just think that shit's cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's that simple. Like, and it's the same thing with like white folks with rap music and hip hop and all that. It's like it's not from I'm gonna say this is mine. It's from I think this is cool,
bro. You want to know?
I want to be a part of this.
You want to know something crazy? And I tell people this all the time. It's like when a lot of people shit on like someone from a different race rapping and shit. I'm like, bro, you don't understand how black people just kind of made everything popular. You know what I mean? And just mixed in with just about everything. You know what I mean? Like, how we fucking talk. It's like cap and shit. It's like everyone's saying cap now. I'm here.
And that's exactly my point. It's just like there used to be an old saying that we used to live by called imitation was the highest form of flattery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the reason they're doing that is coming from a place of, I admire this, I think it's cool, so I want to be a part of it. I'm trying to take this and pretend it's mine.
We know the difference because we've seen it.
And that's when it's an issue. Like what Elvis did and shit.
Yeah, Elvis, a lot of jazz.
Like, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna pretend it's mine.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
I give you that.
I mean, we know it, but we know the line and shit.
And that's the line. Pretend. See, the line is very simple, bro.
Yeah.
The line that you shouldn't be calling it cultural appropriation. You should be calling it plagiarism. Because period, that's what you have an issue with.
Yeah.
Like, that's the issue, is when you sit here and you copy something and then you don't give credit.
The fuck we did it first. And I'm like,
right.
Yeah.
But nobody is listening to Eminem thinking he's the first person to rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, calm the fuck down and let the man be great.
It's like dreads and shit. It's like black people real deal get offended. It's like we can't have anything and shit. I'm like, nigga, they wanna do it anyway, bro. Like
nobody can have anything that's only one race.
Like,
no, there's your answer.
I'm like, bro, you watch Dragon Ball Z?
No,
like, how the fuck you can say shit like that?
No, and I don't think that ever should be a case. There should ever be a fucking thought in anybody's head that anything should be only for one race.
I mean, you can have that thought. It's still stupid.
That's what I'm saying. But straight up, that's fucking supremacist thought.
You see my apartment. I have the American flag, the African flag, and the Japanese flag hanging out.
Yeah, it's hilarious. And an anarchist flag.
Yeah, an anarchist flag.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna steal that one day.
Fuck you.
Don't you have a Gadsden too?
Huh?
Don't you have a Gadsden too?
No, it's don't. Well, yeah, don't step on Sneak though.
Oh, it says don't step on Sneak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to get that one, bro. I had to get that. I love it. It's fucking hilarious. Right next to my Bruce Lee poster. No, man, it's fun. It's fucking fun. Then you can just mix shit together and find something else cool. You know what I mean? And hell, maybe you might get lucky and be like, yeah. Be like, you be the
one with Rolf that said tax this dick fed boy.
No, you know what cultural appropriation gets you? The California roll. Not appropriation, appreciation. You know what I get?
Yeah.
Got the California roll.
Fortune cookies.
Fortune cookies.
Chop suey.
Yes. Wake up. Mm.
No, the song. The actual food.
I mean, hell, them too. They're fucking Armenian.
Yeah, but I mean,
we took their ass.
That's kind of my thing. Is like I think a real good example was this guy. It was this Asian guy on Twitter, and like this like white lady. She was so like ecstatic, and she was wearing like some Asian traditional dress.
He was like wearing a suit or some shit
for a prom dress or whatever. And he like commented on it, and he was like, "My culture is not your prom dress." And like, you look at his profile, and he's wearing sunglasses and board shorts,
wearing his Oakleys and fucking.
Right, and I'm over here like,
my dad's a lawyer.
As you type on your cell phone, as like, how much shit are you using right now from all these other cultures? And you're gonna say that they can't use your dress,
and like being real, no one really
like it's stupid.
No, and sometimes some people just don't give a shit about where it came from. They just like it. You get what I mean?
Now I could get it if it was like some kind of like traditional funeral dress or some shit, and you were wearing it. Might be a little insensitive, right? I could get that if it was certain things like that. Yeah, I could get it if you have like cultural that are, like that kind of shit.
But if it's drippy, dude.
It's drippy, dog. Drippy, and that's what it was. It's drippy.
I'm just saying, man.
She was dripping. And you can't even look at her and say she wasn't dripping.
I might
head to toe.
I might want to wear my fucking kimono with my fucking Indian feather headdress.
Right. Who gives a shit? If it's dripping, it's dripping.
Bro, if I'm looking drippy, I'm looking drippy, man. The kids, here's our lesson before we have to get out. The drip rules all. And it beats everything. And don't be a dick, man. I'm happy. I'm kind of happy to see, though. Because, like, I know the shit that I went through growing up and shit. My son might not go through as much. Or maybe not at all.
You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I think we're going into some deep issues.
Nah.
To be real, dude,
I think we can get ourselves out of it.
I think we can. And I hope we can. I really do. Because, like, freedom of speech, like, dude, like, I'm dead serious. Like, it's fundamental. Like, we fought a whole fucking revolution and put that at number one.
In all honesty, we're at that fucking tipping point, though.
It was like, first fucking word.
We just need that one guy we can just vote for and just say it all. It's like, they both don't believe in you. I don't have faith in you. And it's like they're just fucking you. And we like that guy and we vote for him. Or
I honestly think Spike Cohen has a chance at winning the presidency.
Or we get a mixture of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
We could get those fusion rings from Dragon Ball Z.
The earrings, yeah. No, that's not. See, but that's where we're at right now. We're at that fucking tipping point. Or we just get fucking lucky and the universe is like, I'm going to give you one more fucking chance. So, it's either we're fucked or we send ourselves or they'll keep on going the same way. But, you gotta have faith sometimes, man. People are
waking up, dude. I really think so. And that's kind of what I'm saying. I think they are. But
I don't think we're helping, but you know,
Hope we
I
help
hope.
somebody.
but you know,
I hope we help wake
we
somebody
got 10
up.
subscribers.
We got 10.
Yes. I'm gonna give you guys a little update real quick. I'm gonna work, man. I'm gonna try. I got an intro coming in for you guys. Well, you will fucking see it in this video, most likely. Spotify, still trying to figure it out, but I think I figured it out.
So you figured out Spotify?
I think I figured out Spotify.
So I can have it on Spotify now?
I think I figured it out on Spotify.
Fuck yes.
I said I think. Also, we gotta make a fucking Facebook, man.
We gotta make a Facebook?
We gotta make a Facebook.
Okay.
Also, we need you to send fucking questions in. Because I have that in like the description of every video.
How do we make a Facebook and stay anonymous?
Huh? We just use a fucking proto mail or some shit, bro.
Oh yeah, we can make a fake ass Facebook, couldn't we?
Yeah. Like, we don't have to show our face, nigga. Like,
Yeah, we can make a.
I mean, our information's already fucking out there already, bro. But we just don't have to show our faces so no one dude won't find us. I mean,
That's true.
like, we're fucked already, bro. Like, I bought the Anarchist handbook back in high school, so the Anarchist cookbook back in high school, so they'll listen to it. They'll listen to me right now. So
I was thinking about cutting the top off my door and filling it with concrete.
shut the fuck up. Don't say that. But I do know how to make a pipe bomb now.
Don't know knock my house, motherfucker. I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit. Anyway,
I do
guys.
not advocate theoretically cutting the top off of your steel door and filling it with concrete, so that way when a battering ram were to hit it, it would hurt really, really bad
Oh,
for
shit.
whoever was holding the battering
You know
ram.
what I do for a job?
I do not advocate anyone doing
You know what's
that.
funny about that? I make steel doors at my job.
Do you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
though? If you were to fill that bitch up with concrete and they were to come and hit that bitch with the fucking battering ram, it'd be like hitting a straight fucking brick wall with that battering ram.
Feeling his
It's
goddamn jaw.
like, "Dung!"
Feeling his teeth and shit.
I'm ready for the boogaloo.
Hey.
I mean, I ain't done it yet, but I mean, if I needed to, I know what to do.
And you'd be like, you just open the door and be like, I don't care who the IRS is. I'm not paying my taxes.
Right.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Hell yeah, dog.
oh, speaking of Joe Rogan, I forgot. I heard this today. Donald Trump told Joe Rogan to stop apologizing. he just randomly consulted the nigga and shit and said, you need to stop apologizing. And I'm like, damn. It's like, yeah, it's cool to have someone on your side and shit, but
You know what I think?
No, Badger, I'm gonna
I
ask you a
think-
question, bro. Did you really think you really want Trump's help, bro?
Huh?
Do you really want Trump's help?
Hell no.
Exactly. Like,
Another thing about it is, though, I think Joe Rogan should do what Joe Rogan thinks Joe Rogan should do.
yeah, fuck
To
that.
be honestly, though, for real, like Joe Rogan has gotten to where he is now purely by following his instincts.
And
So I'm gonna let Joe Rogan trust his instincts.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people said when he moved to Spotify, he was gonna be fucked because like he was moving from like YouTube to Spotify, and like YouTube was a lot more established,
yeah,
and because of that, I use Spotify more now.
yeah,
Like I used to be a big YouTube guy. Now I use Spotify like a motherfucker.
I'm on both.
But I'm hella way more Spotify.
Yeah,
And I will tell you the whole reason is Joe Rogan. If they were to cancel him, I'm out. I'm not joking. Like that's literally like the reason I went to Spotify. I can do all this shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
I can do all this shit somewhere else. If you're going to censor my people, I'm out. And that's the thing is I will not provide a market incentive for them to censor people.
Yeah.
Now, I'm totally cool with Neil Young saying, hey, I'm not going to be on the same platform as dude. Which doesn't make any sense because he's still on the same platform as dude.
Yeah.
But, yeah, because he's still on YouTube. And so is Joe Rogan, the clips. Because he still has the Joe Rogan Experience clips.
I mean, if you want to get more technical, he has an Instagram too. So,
yeah.
I mean,
he's on several platforms with Joe Rogan.
I'm just saying,
it's almost as if this had nothing to do with Joe Rogan.
Right.
With Neil Young and everything to do with he actually had beef with Spotify.
And like, listen, man, when people say Joe Rogan should stop apologizing and shit, in my personal opinion, I low-key think he's eventually apologizing because he doesn't want to offend people like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying is like when I hear his apologies, he's not apologizing saying, hey, man, I fucked up in a way that, like, a lot of these people do. Like, a lot of these people wild out and do something really wrong. Like, he's just kind of saying, hey, man, I didn't mean to offend nobody. Like, I was just trying to, do my job, be funny, or do my job and, comment on the situation.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't meaning it like that, and I apologize, and I won't do that in the future.
Yeah.
Like,
take it or leave it.
To me, like, I think he's legitimate. Like, and a lot of people are like, "Did you see his apology? How could you think that's legitimate?" It's like because I watch Joe Rogan all the time, and I know how the guy thinks, and I actually did think about it when he said that. He's like, "I haven't used that word in years." It's like, hell, you're right. He hasn't. He has been saying N-word instead.
Yeah.
And when in context. Yeah, when in context, he used to say the word, but he never said it in a way that he was ever calling anybody that.
Yeah.
He more said it in a way of he was like, most of the times the context was either making fun of a racist or talking shit about a racist. Like he was saying, this is what the racist said.
Yeah.
Isn't this racist fucking retarded? You know what I mean? That's kind of how he was doing it. He was like, isn't this guy stupid as hell?
Yeah. And it's like I said, you gotta take it or leave it, bro. Like, personally, I drop the shit like all the time. I'm not gonna say it a lot because I don't want to be that guy. But I tell my white friends it. I mean, I even told my white friends, it's like, yo, listen, you can say it, but I just hope not everyone's gonna accept that. So tread lightly, my nigga.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the hard R though, I'm gonna be real with you, it offends me. Like I hear that shit and it comes in like screech. Yeah, but the thing is too though, like at the same time, I kind of do understand the Joe Rogan thing, where he's kind of like, I'm not saying it at somebody like that. That is really what pisses me off. That's what makes the nails chalkboard fists come out for me. Is when I hear that hard R. You call somebody that, I cannot like the guy, and I'm turning on your ass. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that shit at all, dude. I can't fucking stand that shit. You call somebody that with that hard R and like,
you be like, motherfucker,
dead serious. Oh yeah, we fight.
You like, motherfucker, we came out all this way to prove that we ain't racist, and your ass come around.
Right. Fuck that, dude. I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of understand it in his thing. It's like, this guy said this. It's kind of like if I said, hey, this guy said the N-word, and then you were like, well, which one? You know what I mean? Because that's relevant sometimes. You know what I mean?
and hard like, fellas or hard fellers?
Right. Yeah. Did he say fellas or fellers?
That's what we're gonna be using.
Now. That's what we're gonna start saying.
My fella.
That's how we're gonna. That's how we're gonna differentiate without saying it because we can't say it no more.
We should. No, we're gonna turn to the F word. Then we already have an F word.
We got all kinds of words.
Yes. Stop censoring shit.
That's kind of my point, man. Like, I remember being young and looking at like Westboro Baptist Church and all of these like right wing crazies going nuts trying to censor everything back then, and I was like, well, y'all just leave shit alone. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Like, you know what I mean? And I say the same thing. It's like, if you don't want to watch the podcast, don't watch the podcast.
Yeah.
But why you got to take it from, millions of people who want to listen to it?
I don't know, man.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing with a book. Like, you don't want to read the book, don't read the book. Don't take it from millions of people who want to fucking read it. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you think what he's saying is ridiculous and it's bad and whatnot and it's irresponsible, then say that.
Yeah.
And you have every right to advocate people not listen to him.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't think you have a right to go in and deplatform someone, because the thing about it is really, what is the difference between using corporate power and state power? This is the big thing I've said. It's like, why are you saying that corporations are a good idea to be the arbiters of what speech should be allowed?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing about it is, when you say that you think Facebook should be able to limit speech, but the government shouldn't, then you're saying that Facebook should be allowed to decide what is said. Or at least to an extent what is heard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you got to realize, once you've monopolized a public space as the place to be speaking.
Yeah. Got Demolition Man. And you seen Demolition Man, bro?
I haven't.
That Taco Bell is horrible. It was the worst shit I ever seen in my life. Go watch Demolition Man. Every fast food restaurant is Taco Bell.
It doesn't seem like it's a bad thing.
It is.
Taco Bell is the best.
No, that's all you can eat, though. Everything is just fun. All the food is funded by Taco Bell.
So Locos Tacos till we die.
And you couldn't cuss out in public, or you get fined. You couldn't, like, when it came to sex, you couldn't physically touch the person. Bro, they didn't know how to fucking use guns, bro. Do you want that? No, you don't.
That's why Trudeau's threatening violence on those truckers. Those American truckers, they wouldn't even have fucking said those words. Because they already know them guns would start coming out.
I'm just saying. Anyway. We out. Gotta work in the morning.
We out. We gotta work. We got things. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Not happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Black History Month.
Yeah. Happy. No, I'm not gonna say it, bro.
He can't say it. He don't like Black History Month. One of these episodes here soon. If we don't get it in Black History Month, that's cool. I'm not really that worried about it. But we're going to have to talk about my man, Frederick Douglass.
I'm just saying, Black history is history. You need to fucking
know. And that's why I say that, like, we might not put it on Black History Month. Because I don't really care. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't really care about getting it on the month because Black history is history.
BG, if we do it today,
in March.
Yes.
We're going to do it in March. We're going to do it in March because Black history is history, and fuck you.
Yeah.
And your stupid month. Why y'all got the shortest month, too? That's fucked up.
Oh, God, bro.
That's kind of fucked up. They were like, we ain't going to be able to handle this for that long. That's what they did.
You're right.
That's like, kind of fucked up.
Like, bro, y'all went from a week to the shortest fucking month.
Right. You could at least get a 30 day month.
It should have been December, bro.
March.
Should have been December.
March.
Should have been December.
I think it should have been March.
No. November.
I really think it should have been March.
November.
Man, it's too cold in November.
No, but here's the thing, man. Macaroni and cheese.
But here's the thing. March Madness.
But that's fucked up. Yeah, that should have been March. No, that been changed. You know that, bro.
But no, I mean March is when it starts to get warmer and shit.
Mhm.
Like that's about barbecue weather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like the sundresses start popping out.
Yeah, March.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a 31-day month. So you ain't getting shorted.
Oh God. We gotta close it out. See you guys.
We'll see you guys next time on Dad Influence.